What if God asked you to marry someone who would repeatedly cheat on you, break your heart over and over again, and then commanded you to keep loving them unconditionally? This isn't a hypothetical scenario or a twisted psychological experiment. This is exactly what happened to a prophet named Hosea, and his shocking true story reveals one of the most powerful metaphors about divine love ever recorded in human history. The Book of Hosea stands as one of the most emotionally intense and personally devastating accounts in the entire Bible. Written in the 8th century BCE during a time when the northern kingdom of Israel was spiraling into moral and spiritual chaos, this prophetic book uses the most intimate human relationship imaginable to illustrate something profound about the nature of unconditional love. Hosea's story begins with what might be the most difficult divine command ever given to a human being. God literally tells him to marry Gomer, a woman who will be unfaithful to him. This isn't a marriage that goes wrong later. This is God essentially saying, I want you to experience the pain of betrayal so you can understand how I feel about my relationship with Israel. The prophet obeys, and the results are exactly as predicted. Gomer bears children whose names become prophetic messages themselves. Their first son is named Jezreel, referencing a place of coming judgment. Their daughter is called Lo Ruhamah, meaning not loved or no mercy. The third child, Lo Ami, translates to not my people. These names aren't just unusual choices for baby announcements. They're living, breathing prophecies walking around ancient Israel. But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn that reveals the heart of the entire message. Despite Gomer's repeated unfaithfulness, despite the public humiliation, despite every rational reason to walk away, Hosea is commanded to pursue his wife and bring her home. In chapter 3, we see him literally buying her back from slavery, paying both money and barley to redeem the woman who abandoned him. This redemption scene becomes the centerpiece of the entire prophetic message. Just as Hosea pursues his unfaithful wife, God pursues unfaithful Israel. The northern kingdom had abandoned their covenant relationship, chasing after foreign gods, engaging in corrupt practices, and breaking every promise they had made. Yet God's response isn't immediate destruction. It's relentless pursuit. The book oscillates between passages of intense judgment and incredible tenderness. God speaks through Hosea about bringing Israel into the wilderness to speak tenderly to her heart, about making the valley of Acre a door of hope, about betrothing her forever in righteousness and justice, in love and mercy. These aren't the words of an angry deity ready to destroy. These are the words of a heartbroken lover desperate to restore relationship. Throughout 14 chapters, Hosea reveals that Israel's spiritual adultery has manifested in very practical ways. They've made alliances with foreign powers instead of trusting God. They've adopted pagan religious practices, including temple prostitution. Their leaders are corrupt, their priests are compromised, and their people have forgotten the law that was supposed to guide their society. Yet even in the midst of describing these failures, the prophet introduces concepts that would revolutionize religious thinking. He speaks of God's love as hesed, a Hebrew word that encompasses loyal love, faithfulness, and covenant commitment that doesn't depend on the beloved's worthiness. This love pursues even when it's rejected, forgives even when it's taken for granted, and restores even when it seems impossible. The agricultural metaphors throughout the book create vivid images of spiritual reality. Israel is described as a trained heifer that loves to thresh grain, a morning cloud that disappears, early dew that vanishes, a silly dove fluttering between Egypt and Assyria. These aren't random poetic devices. They're carefully chosen illustrations that make abstract spiritual concepts concrete and relatable. Perhaps the most powerful moment comes when God speaks in chapter 11 about teaching Ephraim to walk, about healing them when they didn't even realize they were being healed, about leading them with cords of human kindness and bands of love. The divine voice asks, how can I give you up? How can I hand you over? My heart is changed within me. All my compassion is aroused. This isn't the distant, unmoved deity of philosophical speculation. This is a God who experiences emotional turmoil over broken relationships, who struggles with the tension between justice and mercy, who ultimately chooses love even when it costs everything. Hosea's message transcends its historical context because it addresses the fundamental human experience of broken relationships, betrayed trust, and the seemingly impossible possibility of restoration. The book suggests that true love isn't just about feelings or attraction. It's about commitment that persists through failure, grace that covers inadequacy, and hope that believes in transformation even when all evidence suggests otherwise. We hope you found this video enlightening and would be honored if you subscribed for future insights and let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Until next time, stay blessed.